Ladies and gents, welcome back. Today might be a little bit time consuming, because we got a few more ships to talk about. We will be talking about the cargo ships past $100. So a little bit more on the heavier scale, more into the game per se. You already tried the starter ships and you said, "Oh, I like this. I like this game. I want to up it up a notch. I want to see what other ships I can do. What would be a good ship to upgrade to? Let's say you're in the cargo, realm. That's your thing. That's your niche. That's what you want to go for. Which, with a good cargo ship, you can make a lot of money. In many different runs. We're gonna talk about some of the ships that are available and some that are coming that are going to be great cargo ships. Now, we've already heard about the Cutlass. I've heard it in multiple discussions before. It's a good fighter plus cargo. It's a good balance. We have said that it holds 46 units of cargo, which is not bad. It's a great cargo, starter ship essentially, for $100. Once you pass, the whole, I want something a little bit bigger than the Avengers and the other ships that we mentioned previously. Now, we've already talked about this. This one's going to be an easy one to skip over. Next one in line, freelancers. Now, with the freelancers, all freelancer versions have cargo. How much varies depending on the ship. The base one is 66 units that it holds. Now, when you go into the DUR, that's the exploration one. The max is going to be obviously the max available cargo hold that you can get. And then you got the miss. The miss is probably going to be the least amount because it's more military based. So it has one of the spaces, the areas where like the max or the regular freelancer hold cargo. In the miss, it's racks of missiles. Now, we won't talk about the DUR, we won't talk about the mess right now, because that's for another discussion. But we're going to jump into the max. Now, again, they don't look like this anymore. This is the old concepts. I personally like this look better, because it's more rugged, more rough, more beat up kind of deal. But it is what it is. They changed it, and it doesn't look that bad either. Anywho, for the max, it's not 122, it's 120 units of cargo that it will hold. It's a great, I wouldn't say little ship, but it's a great little ship. I did say it anyways. But it's a great ship. I like it. I have it. I have one. I enjoy it. I believe I have a video on there. If not, I will put a video of the max so you can see what it looks like, how it maneuvers, how it handles, and all that. This one goes for, let me see if they're selling it, 150. So the price of this is 150. I think I didn't talk about the freelancer's price. So our freelancer is 125. So now we start with the Cutlass at 100. If I'm not mistaken, 115. Okay, 115 because it comes with a digital download and all that stuff. But you can get it for $100 without the digital download. So if you're upgrading ships, like I hope you probably have been, unless you want to just get more ships and then you support Star Citizen on the development. That being said, normally it's $100. Now, Freelancer Max, that's what it kind of looks like. It's orange. That's the newer look of it. Let me see if yeah. See, in this Freelancer here, this is what the DUR looks like. Yeah. So that's the max. I like it. I won't complain too much about it. Anywho, it will run you 150. No digital download, nothing. That's just bare bones. Next one on the list, we got the Constellation series. Constellation Andromeda is basically the military version of this series. Now, it does have cargo. It doesn't say here, but I think it's around 90 units or so, 80 or 90 units, give or take. It's a little bit less than the max. Let's see. All right, now this is where it's gonna get better. The Taurus, the Constellation Taurus, will be the medium freight, the cargo version of the Constellation series. They still have not said how much cargo. Oh, that's why, because that's what we're at on the Taurus. Okay, that makes sense. Let's take a look real quick at the Andromeda. That's the one that a lot of people have, they own. And yeah, so 96 units is what it will carry on the regular. So you could get yourself the Constellation and still do pretty good cargos. I personally love how this ship looks. There's a big downside to it. I guess they still haven't fixed it, where the shields really don't cover the engines. So the engines get blown out really, really fast. That being said, it has a lot of firepower, a ton of missiles. So a good flyer, a good pilot can defend themselves pretty well. Now, the Taurus, watch out for that one. Look out for that one. Supposedly at the end of this year, somewhere mid-year this year, the Taurus is going to be released. Might be the next year. Who knows? Because that's how CIG works. That being said, that's going to be on my lineup because it will, I know for a fact it will carry more than the max. So as far as my lineup goes, I have the Cutlass, the max, I will have the Taurus, and then I will have another ship, which I will show you shortly, which is one of my favorite ships of all for cargo running. Now, this is where the price jumps a little bit more. You're looking at $275 for the Andromeda, and mostly because it comes with all this junk. The Taurus might not be that expensive, or it might just be a little bit more. Who knows? I think it'll be a little bit less than this, than $275. It might be $200 or $225. That's my speculation, because it's just mostly cargo. It's not really like the military version and stuff like that. I don't know. Anywho, right now we're gonna start with the whole series. This series of ships is still in concept. There's one that I think is going to be released very soon, and it's the Whole Sea, and I'll show you that one in a second. So these are straight cargo ships. They only have like maybe 2 guns in the front for defense. That is it. This is one of those series of ships that will require escort help. This one, the base one, 48 units. For 48 units, I would not get it. I would have the Cutlass. The Cutlass will handle better. And another thing, cargoes, the cargo on these ships, on the whole series, is not protected. It's out in the open. So if you encounter pirates, if you encounter smugglers, anybody that wants griefers, anybody that wants to mess with you or take your cargo, it will be easily probably lost unless you have a good escorts, squad. Now, price on these is not given because obviously it's not available. Why is that one there? Okay, no worries. Now, we're going to go here and see about the whole series. The whole A is going to run you, from this chart, it says $60. Cut that. $60, which is not bad. Not bad. We're going to jump on the whole B because it's the next one we're going to talk about. It's $90. The whole B is going to be a little bit bigger. Holds a little bit more cargo. As you see, it's extended here. So the concept is that this will be able, the ship does contract and expand. And it goes from a big jump. So it goes from what, 48 to 384 units of cargo that it will be able to hold. So it's really big difference. So you can jump, you can say, I just want to go cargo. You get the whole B and then you call people up in the verse and say, hey, I'll pay you an X amount to escort me. You do your runs, you pay them, and good to go. For $90, it's not a bad deal. We're gonna jump onto the C. Whole C. Let's see where we're at. The whole C. You're looking at 200 to 250, give or take. Now the whole C. This is the one that's gonna be coming out soon, very soon. And I'm probably gonna end up getting it. Now, as you can see, it's a big mother. You can load up a lot of cargo. Like 4,608 units. This is the projected units. It might be a little bit less, it might be a little bit more. But until it's released, this is the number we got. 4,608 units of cargo that you can carry on this. That means you can get rich real quick. And you can get a big squad to protect you. Again, it's out in the open. You really need to be careful when transporting, when moving cargo around. I like this ship a lot. I'm a big fan of the whole series. It looks good. It's gonna be nice. It's gonna be really nice. Now, whole D is the big mama jamma, the biggest of the big. You know, we're looking at 20,000 units. Oh well, the whole E is the crazier one. But let's see, whole D, where are we at? You're looking at $350. It might change, it might go up, it might go down. But these are the prices right now that they're showing. For, whew, that's going to be crazy. 20,000 units, 20,736 units. That is insane. Now, the whole E is the biggest of the biggest. Here we go. So, let's see where we're at. Yeah, that's probably the best picture we got so far. You see how they're all detached, the cargo's over here, this, that, you know. Let's see what the price is projected. 650, between 550 and 650. This is what we're looking at. See, between 550 and 650. That's, you know, depends on how big you want to go on cargo running. I don't think I don't know. It just depends. You know, I might end up getting, you know, going that big. But for now, I'll end up getting the whole C. I already have it on my list, you know. And who knows? Maybe I'll end up upgrading to that. Now, that's, you know, if you really enjoy the game, you're into it, you know, that's the price. This is the next ship that I will end up owning. I've had it before. I love it. One of my favorite ships. It's called the Caterpillar, because of what it looks. The cool thing about this ship, you know, it's just, in my opinion, it's badass looking. It just looks so nice. The other thing about it, it's a modular ship. So these little spots right here can be interchanged and not only be used for cargo, it could be changed eventually. It could be used for as a medical bay, armory, things like that. So that's one of the things I like about it, but mostly cargo. It holds 576 units of cargo, so a good amount. So in the game as it stands, you can use the Caterpillar, you can use the Constellation, you can use the Freelancer, you can use the Cutlass. These ships are available to fly, to use. Now, the price of the Caterpillar is $295. That I know, because I've constantly keep on looking at it. I've had it, I've owned it, I've changed it. Let's see. There we go. So it started at $225 as like a sale and stuff like that, but normally it's $295. That's what we look at. That's where we're at. I personally love this ship. It is just the weird look of it, how different it is. I'm a fan of this ship. Now, if you do not like this ship, you can also go for the recently released Carrick. I've flown this ship. This ship is awesome. It is hella fast at quantum traveling. It is huge. I mean, it is a bad mother as well. Got really big weapon loadouts. The cargo is a little bit less than the Caterpillar. It used to be a lot more before the released. For whatever reason, they dropped it, but it is okay. It is what it is. 456 units of cargo it holds. But I have discovered by some friends that you can do some other stuff to add a little bit more cargo to it. I don't know if I would tell you. Let's just say that this ship is able to, well, no. Able, I guess able is a great way to put it. But I'll just say it has a landing pad. So, if you have another ship, you can land it there. And you know what could happen. Anyways, this ship has a lot of potential. It has a medbay, which is really cool. I discovered that, yeah, if you are in this ship, you just set it up to spawn on that ship. So if you're somewhere, you get killed by a griefer or something like that, you don't spawn back at the world that you started at. You can spawn at the ship and go after that guy that killed you. That is very valuable to me. I like that a lot. That might make me not get the Caterpillar and get the Carrick, because stuff like that does happen when you are running cargo. You will get at an outpost or a drug lab and it has no protection. You're carrying your drugs, you're carrying your cargo, and then someone decides to shoot you because whatever and take your ship. The Carrick makes it possible for that to be, for someone to take your ship a little bit harder. You know, it all depends at that point on you and how good you are at, you know, fighting. The Carrick is no longer available for purchase for now, but the price of the ship is 600. That's what it's selling for. It started, woof, oh my god. Whoever jumped on it on the pre-sale, whatnot, at 350. Then there was a sale at 500. I remember that sale. And now regular is 600. That's what we're at. 625. Is it worth it? I think so. You can do a lot with this ship. It's a really cool ship. It's super fast, which makes, you know, cargo running a lot easier to handle, to do. One of the troublesome things and things that tediousness is that gets you is the traveling time, because sometimes the best cargo routes are from system to system, and if you can get there in 5 minutes less, 6-7 minutes less, it makes the world of difference. So anywho, probably one of the reasons why I would, you know, have the Carrick. Again, it's a little bit pricey, you know. That's $600. It really puts a dent in your wallet. But it just depends on you. It depends on what you value, what you like. Let's see. We actually went through this at a pretty decent rate and time. You got some flares here for subscriber promotions and stuff like that. Anywho, I hope this was helpful. I hope you join me on my next video, which is gonna be fighter ships above $100. We're gonna talk about all fighter ships. We're gonna talk regular fighters. We're gonna talk about anything that's like glass cannons, anything stealth ships that are used with torpedoes and get close encounters and stuff like that. Bombers, all that's gonna be talked in there on the next video. There's a few, probably as much as this that we have today, but We'll leave that for the next video. Until then, hit that like button, subscribe, and we'll catch you later. Peace.